Hello everyone, how are you all doing? My name is Draconic, welcome into the video. Hope you're all fired up and truly fired up and ready to go for this one because we have Typhlosion, the Unrivaled, on its way. Now we've had Samurott, we've had the Decidueye, and I can prophesy you that the Typhlosion is on its way and it will be coming with the Grass and Steel Tera types. The reason for this is because of Typhlosion's Flash Fire ability, which when... Hang on a minute. It's Al. Hello? Yeah. They announced the Typhlosion. Okay. What's the Tera type? Ghost? Seriously? Well, I guess it's back to the drawing board on that one. Ghost, huh? Ghost Typhlosion. Gee, I wonder where we've seen this before. Okay, welcome. Apparently my prediction of Typhlosion being a grass or a steel type to make good use of its flash fire ability was completely off. It was completely off, and Typhlosion is a ghost type, which I find very unusual. But then again, Hisuian Typhlosion, maybe that's the lore in it. So I guess here's Typhlosion the Unrivaled. The guide from me. God damn it, Ace Trainer Al. You got me. This time, you got me, buddy. Don't worry, everybody. I came properly prepared for this one, okay? I think we can get the jokes out of the way now. Typhlosion, original typing is Fire, and the Tera typing of this one is Ghost. And as I mentioned, the Flash Fire ability. So I'm going to go ahead and warn you right now, if you have any intention of using any form of fire attacks against Typhlosion, do not do it. I don't care if you got Flamethrower, I don't care if you got Heat Wave, I don't care if Charizard got an exclusive move and managed to get an incredibly powerful base 1000 attack, do not use a single fire attack against Typhlosion, because you're only going to make it even stronger. Just ask Heatran back in the VGC days. Now something very interesting is what exactly are the differences between the Jotonian Typhlosion that you know from Generation 2 from the Hisuian Typhlosion? Well, the Jotonian Typhlosion has less special attack, which is great, but it does have a little bit more speed, and its move pool is decent. It's not terrible, it has actually some decently good moves. However, unlike the Hisuian form, it doesn't have a wide variety of ghost moves at its disposal. So it gets access to Shadow Ball, Shadow Claw, and that's really it. So we should be all good, right? When we're looking at the stats as well, you can easily see that base 100 speed all the way down at the bottom, which is really good. And there's a special attack stat of 109, which is much more higher than the attack stat. So I can easily guess from this that it's going to be a special attacker, and all of its moves are going to be special. So there's going to be no Shadow Claw, it will be Shadow Ball that it'll most likely have. But then again, I was wrong about the Steel and Grass Tera type, so you never know what could happen. It might be a hybrid, but it's unlikely. And speaking of the moves it has at its disposal, I'll just very briefly talk about the physical side. It could have access to Flame Charge and Flame Wheel, just because they do some very cool things. Shadow Claw, Rollout, Body Slam, and Earthquake, they're decently good moves. But I think the more dangerous ones that I'm going to be looking at are the special ones. Flamethrower, Overheat, Shadow Ball, Solar Beam, and Focus Blast. But most importantly, Eruption. Goddamn. And its status moves include Smokescreen and Sunny Day. I'm scared. I am incredibly scared, alright? Why should I be scared? Well, Typhlosion has access to Sunny Day and Solar Beam, so it's able to just bypass a turn and just start firing the laser. And it also has access to Smokescreen to decrease accuracy. Now, I don't think we've had like a 2-turn base move like Solar Beam before in the past. I'm trying to think of any other off the top of my head, but Solar Blade, whatever. So, will it have Solar Beam? It's unlikely. It could use it as its first attack at the very beginning of the raid. But I have a funny feeling that we're going to get treated to a move called Eruption. For those that have no idea what this move is, it's a base 150 damage move, and then when you pair it with Typhlosion's base fire typing, that's a lot of damage. And it doesn't hurt just one Pokemon, it covers the entire field. We have 4 Pokemon, okay? We have 4 Pokemon on our side of the field. If Eruption KOs even a single one of them, I can bet you that Typhlosion will be setting up those shields a lot more earlier, and we're not going to get a chance to get the one-hit KO in. So you can easily see why I am not looking too forward to this. Okay, so what does this leave us with? Okay, now, Ghost is the Tera type, but this still means that Typhlosion has access to fire moves, so you need to be very careful of Ghost and Fire. Now, I mentioned Eruption. There's only 4 types in the entire franchise that resist it, and it's fire itself, obviously. Fight fire with fire, as they say. We can also go over down the route of dragon, rock, and water. Now, on the offensive side of things, you could consider bringing Ghost, but, you know, Ghost is good against Ghost, probably not ideal. You could have a normal type on the defensive side, maybe run a Zoroark, a Hisuian Zoroark, but, you know, normal doesn't hurt Ghost, but you know, if you've got Ghost like the Hisuian Zoroark, it's probably not a bad idea, but Hisuian Zoroark is a bit squishy. So this only leaves us with 1 type available, and it's actually very, very good for us, and that's Dark. Dark. Oh, it's gonna get dark, alright, because I have come up with the perfect Pokemon for this one, guys, and I'm actually very proud of myself this time. I will say, the only move that we have to fear after Eruption is Focus Blast. Focus Blast, super effective against Dark types, but the good thing about it is that, well, I got the nickname Focus Miss for no good reason, now that's for sure, but 70% accuracy in Focus Blast. Dark types have a good chance of dodging it, so they're able to go ahead and set up some other moves such as Snarl, or even Light Screen. There's a whole wide variety of moves, but rather than just explaining it, I may as well just go ahead and show you guys. And to that I say that I am introducing the best Pokemon to bring to this Tera raid den is Hydreigon. Now, is this the best Pokemon to bring? Yes. Is it going to be able to win on its own? Most likely. Do you need to potentially rely on support? It helps, which I will cover the support Pokemon very, very soon. But Hydreigon, Dark, which is good against Ghost. It's Dragon, resists the Eruption, and doesn't care about a Levitate. You've got access to a wide variety of moves. You've got Dark Pulse and Snarl. You've got Nasty Claw to increase your attack. You can also go Thunder Wave for paralysis, Helping Hand to boost your allies' damage. You can even go Substitute if you're worried about any more damage coming your way. And you can also have the held item Shell Bell to make sure that you stay nice and healthy. And while we're on the subject of Dark Dragons, guys, listen, I'm the dragon guy, alright? I love my dragons, especially the dark ones. The designs of them look absolutely phenomenal, and the same goes for Roaring Moon. Once again, a dark dragon, but this time instead of special moves, it's a physical attacker. So you're going to have to benefit from using moves such as Crunch and Dragon Dance, which is a very nice combination here. It also gets access to Snarl, which is only good on the disruption side of things. You can also run Substitute as well, but it's, you know, Roaring Moon does lack the moves, but it is able to get the job done really, really well. You can swap Booster Energy for Shell Bell if you're worried about keeping your HP nice and high, but Roaring Moon, definitely very, very good for sure. I'm just going to go back to Hydreigon very briefly. Now, as I'm going throughout this guide, I always persuade those to head towards the direction of a special attacker. Roaring Moon is absolutely brilliant, but Hydreigon is still going to be better for many different types of reasons, which I will cover very shortly. If you are unfortunate enough to not get yourself a Hydreigon, don't worry, I've got you covered. Introducing Houndoom, which also has the ability Flash Fire, so it takes no damage from the eruption, which is fantastic. It's also a dark type, gets access to Nasty Plot, Dark Pulse, Snarl. You can even go Helping Hand to support your allies, or Mudslap to decrease the accuracy of Focus Blast, which is great. You can even run Shell Bell on it, just keep your HP nice and high. Now, in my opinion, those are the best 3 offensive Pokemon, so what good is offense without a good defense? And once again, our good buddy Toxapex is back. I love this Pokemon so much in these Tera Raid dens. You can't go wrong with Acid Spray, you can't go wrong with Recover, and Haze, you know, if our accuracy is that bad, we can always just use Haze and get rid of the smoke screen that the Typhlosion does to us. Remaining moves, it can just be whatever it is that you need to be. I doubt that you're going to need Chilling Water on this, but, you know, it might come up if the Typhlosion has something like Flame Wheel, for example. Unlikely, but you never know. Now, I bet Andreas is going to be very happy that Arcanine is making an appearance. I love Arcanine. It is a phenomenal Pokemon. Also has the ability Flash Fire, gets access to Snarl, Crunch, Helping Hand, and Morning Sun to keep its HP nice and high. You can run it defensively. You can even maybe try running it offensively, but I truly believe that Arcanine is going to be the best on the defensive side of things. Time for a little bit of Bliss with Blissey. Is this really Blissey's chance to finally shine? I've been waiting for a Tera Raid Den for Blissey to properly shine, and I really do think this is the best chance that Blissey is going to have. It's a normal type, which is completely immune to Ghost, which is brilliant. It's got insanely high special defense, so it can tank Eruption, HP as well, let's not forget that. Abilities doesn't matter, but what does matter is the moveset. You've got Light Screen, Life Dew to keep your team nice and healthy, Helping Hand for support, and even Thunder Wave for the paralysis. And if you want to make sure Light Screen is up for as long as possible, you've got access to Light Clay. Typhlosion is Generation 2, so is Umbreon. And this Umbreon comes packing with a wide variety of moves. You've got Snarl to decrease the special attack, you've got Fake Tears to decrease the special defense, Helping Hand, Thunder Wave, Light Screen even, and you've even got access to Screech if you really want to support the Roaring Moon. I might build an Umbreon and maybe build it specifically to help those that bring Roaring Moons, but we'll just need to wait and see. Held item can be whatever you need between Leftovers and Light Clay if you're looking to maybe get your Light Screen up and running for longer. And Umbreon isn't the only evolution finding its way, and we also have Flareon with the ability Hadron Engine. I hope you guys can just avoid that. Ignore it completely. It has Flash Fire. I made an error in my editing, but Flareon is a perfect anti-eruption Pokemon. It also gets access to Fake Tears, Helping Hand, and Mudslap. Also Screech, so most of the moves are very similar to Umbreon. It doesn't get Snarl, but it does get a good move in Shadow Ball, which could come up if you want Flareon to be offensive. And if you're fortunate enough to get the Walking Wake past Paradox Pokemon, prepare to be a little bit disappointed. Now, I still think Walking Wake is a phenomenal Pokemon, but it really does its job brilliantly in Anti-Eruption and Snarl, Rain Dance, and Substitute. If you're bringing Walking Wake, then I would highly recommend you bring it just to be a bit more of a disruption Pokemon, just bearing that in mind. You can probably put Hydro Steam onto it to get some extra damage in there, but I still recommend bringing Snarl, Rain Dance, and Substitute along with Leftovers as its held item. The combination of Water and Dragon is phenomenal. It's quad resistant to fire, so that's the reason why you might want to consider bringing the Walking Wake. Now, this is actually a very fun, gimmicky build that I've decided to go with, and this is Pelipper. It's got the Drizzle ability, so it's able to start the rain, which will make Eruption even more weaker. It also has access to the moves Roost, Helping Hand, and Aqua Ring, just to make sure that Pelipper stays nice and healthy, and it can provide extra damage with its Helping Hand. But what's really interesting, and I think quite a lot of Pokemon have access to it as well, is that Pelipper gets access to the move Fling. And I only just discovered this recently, but if you have Pelipper hold the held item Light Ball, which is meant to be an exclusive move that only Pikachu benefits from holding, you can use the move Fling on the Typhlosion and it instantly paralyzes it. This could be a good thing to do if the shields do go up, So, might be a little bit of an experiment going on there, which, you know, if I bring Pelipper, I'll definitely be doing this. Now, I ain't fooling around with this one, guys. We've seen the Pelipper with a gimmicky fling. This is as gimmicky as it gets, because Ditto, with the imposter ability, is able to transform into the Typhlosion. But the thing about the Typhlosion is that I'm assuming that it will have the Flash Fire ability, which the Ditto will be able to copy. So in a way, the Flash Fire Ditto might just be a thing. And depending on the moveset of the Typhlosion, the Ditto might get access to a Shadow Ball. And the Ditto will actually just be a fire type instead of a ghost type. So it doesn't take any damage from fire. It doesn't take any damage from ghost. And, well, it does take damage, but, you know, it takes neutral damage from ghost. And all the other moves that it could have, Ditto might be a very funny one to consider. But we just need to check and see the moveset that it has. But it could be a very, very, very funny one to bring. Ditto. God damn. How I think about that one, guys. See if Ditto actually works. And there we have it, folks. Typhlosion, the Ghost Unrivaled, is ready to rock and roll. I will be live streaming this as much as possible on the Saturday, so you're more than welcome to join in, and we will defeat this Typhlosion together. When it comes to one-hit KO, I really do think we might struggle with this one. Yeah, there's definitely going to be a one-hit KO strategy out there. But I have a funny feeling that because of the move Eruption, we might not be able to even have that chance. I can easily prophesize that one person will get knocked out if we're hit by Eruption. It completely depends on the right Pokemon that you bring. And I really do hope that the right Pokemon that you bring is from this list. Anyway, that's going to do it from me, folks. I really do hope that you enjoyed. I hope you took a lot of information from this. This is going to be a challenging one, I think. But we will stand together and we will triumph and be victorious. And after that, we can have some fun trying to shiny hunt for the Typhlosion as well. Funny enough, this is Typhlosion's return to a main series game as well. So I'm actually looking forward to this. It's going to be awesome. Can't wait to finally put a Typhlosion on my team. I love this Pokemon. It's so amazing. Just fantastic. Anyway, thanks for watching, everybody. Take care. Enjoy the rest of your day. See you throughout the week. Stay awesome. Keep your fire burning. And I'll see you guys in the next one.